Hello everyone, I'm back here. So let's begin making the raspberries today. And to begin with, I'm going to use this green color paste. It's sugar paste that I'm using, and first we'll make the leaves and then we'll go ahead with the berries. So I'm taking a small amount of paste here and I'm just putting it on my veining board, and I am simply going to roll it out. Now once I'm done rolling, I'm going to take this plunger cutter, and if I say it in centimeters, this is 2.5 centimeter cutter that I'm taking. So I'm going to keep it here and I'm going to cut this particular leaf. Now I'm not pressing this is because I don't want that impression here on my leaf. So I'm just cutting it with the plunger cutter. I'll take it out. Okay. So this is what I get. Now to make the leaves, we will be using a 26 gauge wire. So I have this one complete wire. I'm going to go ahead and cut it into 3 parts. And we're going to make 3 leaves, so let's first of all make the leaves and then we will go ahead. So I'm adding some more paste to this one, and again I'm going to roll it out. And then one more, so I'll add some more to this and roll it out here, and I'm going to cut this and remove it this way. So we have 3 leaves with us now. What next we have to do is, what we are going to do is, I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to dip it in the edible glue, and I'm simply inserting my wire here this way. I'll repeat the process with the next leaf. And with the 3rd leaf. Okay, so we have the leaves here now. I'm going to grab my foam pad here and just dust it with some cornstarch, and I'm going to put all the 3 leaves here. Now I'm using my ball tool and I'm going to thin out the edges first. Okay. So once I'm done thinning, I'll get something like this. Okay. So this is what we're looking for. So I'll repeat it with the other 2 leaves. Alright, so this is what we have now. Now when we talk about the raspberry leaves, so they are not basically this shape from here. So what we have to do is we have to make a small V cut here. I'll show you how. So this is how I made a V cut. Okay, and now I'm just going to round these edges from here. So I'm taking my scissors and I'm simply making a little round. So we have to repeat the process with all three of them. And again I'm taking my ball tool and I'm simply again thinning them a bit from the side where I've cut them. Okay, so this is how it looks. Now what next we have to do is, I have this veiner with me and it's a leaf veiner and it's the most common veiner that I use. So I'm going to keep it here, okay, and then I'm going to put the veiner on the top and then I'm simply pressing it. So I get something like this. Alright, so repeating it with the other two leaves. So these are the leaves that I have now. Okay, now the most important part to give the exact edges is we have to go ahead and cut these edges. So what I do is I hold my leaf this way. Okay, so you'll hold it this way. I'm just trying to show it to you so that you don't miss out on things. So we'll make close cuts like this. I'll just show you how close these cuts are. Okay, so just see how close I've cut them. Okay, so these are like this close. Now once done with this, we are going to make cuts like this. Okay, so this is how close we have to do them and this is how we have to cut it. Okay. And I'm going to repeat the same process from this side. Removing this extra. Okay, so this is how our leaf look like. Okay, so I'm making the other two as well. So I'm just cutting it this way so that everybody is able to see this, what I'm doing. we have to be a little patient while doing this, so please be a little patient and do it like a little neat and carefully. So we get the leaf this way. So I'll keep it here, and then the last one. So we have the next one this way. Okay. Okay. So now what next we have to do is, I am going to go ahead and shade them a little. So I'm taking this bright yellow color, okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit here and just put it here and simply shade this like this. Okay, you don't have to shade these too much. So these leaves are basically a little lighter from this center side down center. Okay, and once we are done with this, I'm going to take a little bit of brown shade, okay, and I'm simply going to put this brown here on the edges. You don't have to put too much of color, so just a bit of it to give it a natural look. So this is how our leaf looks like. Okay, so I'll keep them aside for now, and we will begin making the raspberries. So for the raspberries, I'm taking the red paste, and I am taking this 18 gauge wire. You can also use 20 here. I'm just kneading it a little bit. and then we have to make we have to keep making small balls. Now if I talk about these balls are approximately 2 centimeters. Okay, so let's make so we need a lot of them, so we have to be like you can measure one and then you can just start eyeballing, and a little bit big or small won't make much difference, but they don't have to be too different in size. Okay, okay, so I think we have enough. Let me just add a few more. Okay, so once we are done with this, you can make like approximately 25 to 30 such balls. Okay, and now I'm taking like almost a half centimeter ball, and I am going to put it here like this. What we can also do is I'm putting some edible glue. I'm feeling it a little not that moist, so that it sticks by itself. Okay. So this is what I have made. I will just wrap this around the wire. Now what next we will be doing is I am going to take my edible glue. Do not put too much of glue here. Just put a little bit, and what you have to do is you have to stick these like this. Okay. Try and just stick nothing. Okay. And if you are not able to do it, just put it with your hand or with tweezers or something. Okay, so basically we have to put. Now what I'm doing is I'm just pushing them down. So this is what I did. I just pushed them like down this way, and I will add the remaining on the top. Yes, this might give you a little tough time, but that's okay. It's all worth it. Okay, so I think my glue, just adding some more glue on the top, so that will stick to it. Now before I go ahead, I'm going to press them a little bit. Okay. Now once you so this is what I get, and once you press these, what you do is keep the 3 fingers this way, put it on the top, and then you just press them like this. Okay, now the reason I'm telling you to press it like this is because the shape of the raspberry you'll get is going to be perfect. Okay, so this is what I get. Alright, so I have this small one here. Now let's go ahead and make one more, and we're going to make it a little bigger than this one. Okay, so let's make so I'm making like approximately again 20 to 25. Now to make a little bigger raspberry, I am going to take approximately 1 centimeter ball, and I'm taking another wire, dipping it in my edible glue, and this is how I am going to shape it now. Okay, there's something like this, like a teardrop or something. Okay, since we are making it a little bigger, so that is the reason I have shaped it like this. Okay, I hope you are able to see it properly now. There was too much of light. Okay, now again I am brushing some glue, and again I'll stick them here. I'll try to stick as much as possible, and if not, I'll simply go ahead. Sorry, I think I do not have sufficient glue. Okay, now I have it. Yes, so just simply sticking these this way. Again I'm pushing them little downwards. Okay, like this. Just be a little careful here when you push these down, so and then add the remaining on the top. Just keep pressing them. Okay, so just the top portion is left. I'm going to put a bit of glue here. And adding. So what I'm doing is whatever gaps I'm seeing here, okay, so like this one, so I'm going to add it like this. This is what I've done. Okay, so once we have done this, again I will ask you to go ahead and shape it like this. So this is something that we get. Okay, now what next we will be doing is we are going to take a little bit of cream, and I'm going to add this to a very small portion of white. So basically what I'm doing is I need lighter green shade. Okay, so I'm just adding it to some of the white paste. So this is basically the shade that I'm looking for. So now what we'll do is we are simply going to roll it out. Okay, and I'm going to take this particular cutter, sepal cutter, and this is a 2 centimeter one, so we need 2 of them. So 1, and we're going to cut one more here. Okay, so I have these 2 with me. Now before we go ahead putting these sepals here, what we have to do next is I have this cotton thread with me, and I'm going to simply put it like this between my fingers. Okay, and I'll take approximately 20 rounds, cut it, and you don't have to tie these, there's no need. Cut it from here this way, cut it from here this way. So what basically we have to do is, and further this we have to cut it into 3 parts. So I'm cutting it from here like this, and then from here, so we get these 3 parts. Now before I go ahead and put my sepals, I have to add these to my berries. So I'll put some elbow glue, and I do not have to take all of them, just take a few strands, and okay, and just put these like this. Simply just put it like this. Okay. I'm basically sticking these. I'll just show you how from the back side. Okay, so this is what I did. Okay, now once we are done doing this one, what we have to do is I'm going to keep it here, I'm going to take this, and first of all I'm going to cut this extra thing. Okay, and I'm going to put some edible glue. I'm going to take my berry and I'm going to attach it like this. Okay, once I'm done with this, I am just going to fold them down like this. Okay, because this is how we have berries. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to keep it to dry because we still have a next part to this, and I'm going to repeat the same process with my smaller berry. Now, since this berry is small, what we have to do is we will go ahead and cut these strands further because this seems a little big for this one. So I'm not cutting it before. Let's first stick them and then we'll cut it, because then it will become a little easy. Okay, so this is how I've stuck these, and I'm taking this one. I'm going to put some edible glue here, and again I'm going to push it upwards. Okay. So this is how we have to do it, and then again I'm folding them down. Okay, so we'll just cut them later, let it dry for some time, and what next we'll be doing is I'm going to take the same color gum paste and taking a bit of it and taking my previous bigger berry, I am simply covering my stem like this. Okay, so I will just make it a little thin. Okay, and then simply pushing it upwards. If you want, here at this point of time you can bend it this way. Okay, so you get something like this. Alright, so taking my smaller berry, again I am covering the stem, and I'm using the same process, so I'll join it till here on the top. Can remove some extra. Now if you have to make this thing, a really thin, what you have to do is just press it inside and keep pulling it down. Okay, like I'm pressing it like this and I'm pulling it downwards. Okay, so it will very easily attach it to the, and then again putting them a berry. Now what we'll be doing is I'm going to take this bright yellow shade. Okay, take my berry here, and with the bright yellow shade I am going to shade it a little bit here. Okay, just a bit of yellowish is what I have done, and I'm going to repeat it with this one as well. Guys, you can wait for it to dry, because since it's not dry, one or two things might come off. And I'm going to take this red color, and I am simply going to shade some red color here on the stem. Okay, and I'm going to put some color here on the sepals as well, just the corners, I mean just the edges. Okay, so this is basically how the berries looks like now. Once we are done with the berries, we're going to hold them this way. Okay, and I am going to take my green color tape, elongate the tape a little bit, and I'm going to just put them together. Berries are mostly in bunch, so that is the reason I'm putting it like this. Okay, I'll just put them here, I'll just place them here, and I'll take my petals, the ones that I've made. So what next I'll do is I'll hold these three together like this. They're one on the top of the other. Okay, take some tape and leaving some, like just a centimeter or so on the top, I am going to put the tape together on all three of them. Now once I'm done taping, I am going to pull it like this, okay, like this, and like this, and then I'm going to put my berries here. Okay, so this is basically what I get. Now once I'm done doing this, you can either tape it, or what you can do is just so that we make sure so that it is mixed with the color, we'll just put in some shades here. Okay, or you can also go ahead and use a lighter color tape. Okay, so we have made the leaves and the berries. So I hope you have enjoyed watching the video, people. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any queries, please go ahead and put it in the comment section below. I'm going to reply to you all. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye bye.